Hello, week 2 of the Summer of You series. We are exploring the theme of releasing. This might be one of my favorite steps in this process. And the reason I love it so much is that I've been doing a lot of work in coaching, me receiving coaching, to understand the expectations that I put on myself and the expectations that others may or may not have for me, but I create a story that people have expectations of me. And so I spend time and energy and that hustling vibe, trying to meet these expectations that other people have of me. And to be honest, a lot of the time, I'm not even sure those expectations are real. This really hooked me in 2023 when I was trying to build my business and bringing on associate coaches and a marketing contractor and an operations manager. And suddenly it felt like everybody had expectations for what Diane was going to do and how Diane was going to grow the business and what I would be creating for the team. And notice my language. I took it on as I need to create this for them rather than we are creating this together. Like I really took that responsibility and those expectations like way further than any of the team had of me. So I think this happens all the time where we create a story about what people expect from us. And rather than checking in on the story, getting really clear, maybe talking about the pressure you feel, um, I'll speak for myself, I kind of just hunkered down and worked my butt off, hoping to meet these expectations. As I've learned over the last year, so much of that pressure was self-imposed, self-induced. Those expectations were nowhere near as heavy as I was making them out to be. So, whose expectations are you currently hooked by? Is it someone at work? Is it your boss? Is it spouse, kids at home? What expectations are driving your behavior, are driving your overwhelm? And what kind of courageous conversation could you have to just clarify those expectations? So there's releasing expectations of others or just redefining them, reclarifying them. I kind of need that release. And that came through having conversations to be really clear about what I could and couldn't do and being okay with that, being okay with what I could or could not deliver, create, etc. The other releasing of expectations are, again, self-induced, self-imposed, but they're expectations we have of ourselves. And that is an ongoing journey of exploration for me to kind of become more aware of pressure I put on myself or just the ways that I'm wired. Ideation is one of my strengths, literally in the Clifton Strengths tool. And I love my ideation, but my ideation creates a lot of busyness in my brain. So I have to manage expectations within myself around what's actually an executable idea and what's just an idea that can be parked for a little while. This Summer of You series was an idea that came to me a couple weeks ago. I recognized that I wanted to recreate my experience of last summer, and I knew that if I put this series together for you, it would give me a framework to hold myself accountable to taking that opportunity to reset and reconnect and reimagine what's next for me. So this idea is one that felt like, okay, the expectations are doable. I have support and I'm leaning on my support people and systems. And I'm really approaching this whole series with a no perfection, good is good enough mindset. And when I do the good is good enough kind of mindset approach to a project, it releases an expectation of, performance or perfection or excellence that on one hand I really value, but on the other hand, I recognize that that expectation is not healthy and it's not sustainable for me. So this is the Good is Good Enough summer series. I'm okay with that renegotiated expectation of myself. And it's allowed me to just have more fun with this whole experience and really think of it as a way to show up for myself with these videos and questions and to support you and not feel for all of us alone in this exploration of ourselves. So, expectations of others or that others have of you, what are you willing to release? And expectations you're holding of yourself. What expectations would you be willing to renegotiate with you and settle into maybe a different mindset around a couple of things in your life? I hope week 2, the releasing theme, serves you. I believe in you. I'm so glad we're in this together. Let me know how this question and this week's process has supported you to release and free yourself.